Hi everyone, I'm Echoes and I'm a VTuber, and I'll be going over episode 20 of Gundam Witch from Mercury titled The End of Hope. So just a quick reminder before I start is that if you'd like to talk about Gundam Witch from Mercury with like-minded people, then feel free to join the Discord server I have linked in this YouTube, reactions episode description. So yeah, let's get started. So this episode is and this is truly our the major climax we've been waiting for. As currently we start off with Mirine and Norea kind of going. Norea is very much angry at the whole destruction because of the whole Spacians taking away everything, and then Mirine is regretting a lot of things on Earth because of her bringing Ariel and helping cause the destruction in general. Then you see that Shaddiq, Guel and Kananji are trying to get Shaddiq's father, because as Mirai said, the first thing is to get to the school and then secure the presence areas. They have no evidence that Shaddiq is the ringleader, so you can't get ahead of yourself, right? Shaddiq, right? I'll never forgive you, right? And then Hanao looks like one of Shaddiq's harem members. Time to move my father, so they're currently moving Sirius to a safer place. Toti, we should make the right move. And then you can see all of his harem is sorting. And Shaddiq is angry because he believes that Guel has defiled Mirine's reputation. You see that Shaddiq launches out now. The opening for now. Don't see major changes, so we'll skip it. So then we have Cecilia and this kid with the Haro interrogating this dude here. I forgot his name again. Because they're like, oh, it looks like the gun bits are controlling nearby machines, Air's gun bits themselves. But the Earthing guy doesn't know because they're surprised. And he's like, why are you here? Because he wanted to say that he was able to fix things up, which is good. And then this guy right here is still interrogating him, so he gets freaked out a bit, lol. And then here we have some of the comments, right? Canceling order for gun prosthetic, this is how Banner does things, where Ariel is a killing machine, explaining violence at Quinn Harbor, disgrace to your fellow Spacians, bleeded, that discomputer, listen to, yeah. So they have a lot of complaints against their company because of the Ariel's actions. I have a lot of claim to be in medical companies, no wonder. Let me just go back to the comments again. Let's see, call this justice, listen to Earth anger, delete, you're the face of Spacian supremacy, shareholder meeting and dissolve company. Again, I miss Mirine, haha. Can't see, we can't reply to them, so let's leave it to the president, doesn't care. Yeah, she is a bit angry here. And what happens? And then they say, oh, let's be good to go to class like Suletta. But you can see Suletta is not really paying attention to class because she also is getting a lot of comments on her phone. See, did Mirei kill the Earthians? But she didn't, right? In reality, it was all her mom. Who she knows, but she obviously can't say anything. Its mistake was aggressive, lost many lives. Then you see here is that Petra is helping her out because she's sharing her notes. And yeah, she says the only thing that she could do, right? Does it say portion? If you weren't there, Lauda may have died. The Hapa wouldn't know what would come of her, right? She actually already in love with him because she very much cares a lot about him. You always get everyone's nerves, yeah. So it kind of confirms that they're dating. Then you see that Guel is launching the Dara Blade. Why bring a mobile suit off campus? So, I saw the company. But they get attacked by Shaddiq and his harem. 5 of them move along to Grassley. This new cathedral forges have at the school. Well, then you see Kananji replying, allow us to enter campus. The keys will hand it for you. Why is Shaddiq there? And then Guel launches in the Dara Blade. We're hiding Sirius. Weren't you told to secure your target before you suspected, right? Because you're so rash, yeah. That Mirina, yeah. He believes that Guel has defiled her. Coming closer, and I'll open fire. And then they start their fight. You're the one who started this. I also really like that Guel is very much, what do you call it? He's fighting defensively, which is really cool because ever since he killed his father, he has very much a definite change in fighting style, where he only aims to be defensive and never kill the pilots he's against. Right into his hands, so then Kenanji moves out with his group. Now show that they're better. Then Hanao secured Sirius. Oh yeah, and this is the move that Shaddiq is really not thinking. Let them go. No more reason to hide them. Ha ha ha. Oh my god, this was a very, very poor decision by Shaddiq to unlock the lock. But it's truly the opening of the Pandora's box now. We'll use the witch as long as we can. So they may be using Norea as a distraction. Because he knows that she's pretty much going to burn things through the ground. Then Kenanji comes in and says for them to stay put. And the door's unlocked, so obviously Norea is going to go straight toward her Gundam. Goes into the thorn. And then Ella number 5 is trying to stop her. Ready to die, then run, right? Because of station, everyone knows he's dead. Not even Naji or Old Cult, right? And especially not you could ever understand. Our anger that our lives are cheaper than Spacians. So in a way, it's sort of reminiscent of there's a scene in Gundam Unicorn where there's this new type in, I forgot what type of, it's like a very large Gundam-like machine. It's not a gun tank. I don't remember the name. It's like a weapon of mass destruction, right? In a way, this reflects also on Norea. They have similar circumstance where young people who have to bear the sins of other people, like Norea is bearing the sins of Sophie and Donna Fold, while the woman in Gundam Unicorn sort of has to deal with the hatred, I think of the Zeon, I believe, against the Federation, and it leads to their own self-destruction. Like, in a way, there is no other path for them. In a way, their only way forward is to fight until they die. It reminds me of that. And even when someone tries to save them, they're not savable. That's the tragedy of it all. You see here is there Norea's activating the gun revolvers now. Because of how much more the permit red is on her body. You can see she's going to destroy the school. Kind of amazing how Shaddiq's like, hey, let the world burn, pretty much. It's literally just him. I can't believe he has such little disregard for the school, but I guess at this point he doesn't even care anymore. And you can see that Elon pilots the other Gundam. And Norea's out. Pretty much a destructive machine now. She wants to destroy everything. Then you see here is where Norea destroys Choo-Choo's what's it called? I think she mentions it here. Her demi tray. It's dangerous, so they are now going to a shelter. See, Suletta and Petra are very dangerous situations. They're trying to get to safety. They're doing, do you want to die? She pretty much gives herself a death flags here because she says all the things that she wants to do once she survives. It's the worst. All because Mr. Law stood me up on his date because he had to do his work. Be enough, he's going to take me wherever I ask. Yep. Oh, high key death flag here. Always made lunch and dinner. Won't be able to rest in peace. If you survive, I definitely want to be by his side again. Yep, death flag. And then you see that let's see. Yeah, see the Gunvolver attacks the school, and then they get covered in debris. Message to the entire front, terrorist milices have appeared. So Kanandi's trying to get control now. Norea is fighting against him. You witch hunters are has-beens, right? So in a way, but Kanandi is super experienced in fighting against Gundams from the events in the prologue episode. So he's able to fight against her. Then you see that Shaddiq and Guel are still fighting. And he's asking them, are you the one who guided Donald Fo, the one who set up his dad? Yes. One who blamed all on the Jatur company. Yes. I also really like that Guel is using his shields here. Kind of like, reminds me of how the aerial fights a little bit. Factional in fighting and intrigue. He was a shallow man, nothing else on his mind. Talk about his father. A man like that. Don't you dare insult my father. Weren't you the one who killed his father? Yeah. And then this is where Lauda figures it out. Because he didn't know before. My brother killed dad, right? Level 5 security. And then you see a lot of kids are buried under the rumble. As the students and staff are under threat. You can see that. Yeah. So in a way, Mirene's greenhouse is now destroyed. Emergency and prioritize your own physical safety, yeah. Using the catapult at gate 7. Right, students, stay clear. Where have they gone? And then you can see that the other girl who she's the one who follows Guel more up to her, so she's using one of the Guel robots. Felsi, yes. A level 5 alert has been issued in all sectors. You can see that they're trying to stay safe within the shelter. Then Chuchu wants to chime in because she's a pilot. She can't sort it because she doesn't have it, but Cecilia chimes in now. Because in order for Chuchu to save them all, she lends her demi machine. Demi barding. So this is probably the evolution to Chuchu's demi. So that's kind of cool they introduce it. Don't know how different it is from the other one, but regardless, it is a powerful machine. It doesn't have the campus restrictions because it's used for testing. But letting Pom Pom Head use it gives us some chance of survival, right? I still find it funny they're going with that nickname, but Chuchu isn't offended, but I think it's just circumstances make it so that she can't feel angry or she isn't offended because it's, actually how her hair looks. So anyway, the Nika was released. So she's right where she needs to be because Chuchu needs Nika to do some maintenance. Then you can see that this guy right here needs to calibrate the demi. And they also want to talk, which is good. Glad that they have opened the discussion here. Our passive control should be the same. All right, Chuchu, that you have to go and fight. So in a way, these two are reconciling, right? Like, how can I forgive you? But she, in a way, just wants to know what was going on and, be clear with her. Otherwise, there's nothing to forgive, right? So, yeah. And then Gunvo's attacking. Then you see that Chuchu gets here and shoots one of the heads off. Because she's truly a sniper. Hey, Spacian. Pom Pom Head. I like that nickname. Ain't taking orders from a Spacian, but they still work together. Or Earthian. Still fighting, goes back to fighting at space. Pathetic students. Going against the harem. Then they just fight a bit more. Who turned me? Okay, this I think is important. So this is where they kind of just get all their emotions out here. If you act more wisely, your father wouldn't have died. If you've never come back, I could have dissolved the group peacefully. So in a way, Shaddiq just wanted to go to die. Makes sense. Despite you being with her, you let Muri's hands get dirty. But regardless, like, I don't know. It just him blaming Guel for lots of things that he didn't really do. So I just, it just venting, the venting at each other. Hell with a traitor who collaborates with terrorists who goes against Shaddiq. Who turned me into that type of person? The ones who stole everything through war partitioning, very forced us to survive at the expense of others. It was all of you. So you can see he's just being a generalist and blaming all Spacians, like common Earthian belief, right? Without power, there's no way to break unjust peace. No way to even resist. That's why this time I'll take the power from you Spacians myself. Right, to accept my own sins, and he's using the shield. Let's see. I also find it interesting how Shaddiq is like fighting Guel using his legs. I feel like you don't usually have that happen. It's kind of funny. Yeah, anyway. Then they're trying to rendezvous with Sirius to a safer location in order to go to the Assembly League. So in a way, Shaddiq's only buying time. I know what you mean. You and I each have to bear our own sins by ourselves, right? So in a way, they have their own duty to uphold. But even though you'll pay for yours, turning straight in. That's the very thing I always hated about you. Go trick you'll never understand. You go with so smooth in your mouth. What I don't like here is that you can see that in a way Shaddiq was always racist, and he is like, all Spacians are the same. They always believe all the same thing. All Earthians are always the one who suffers. It's not completely wrong, right? But since, you know, we watch how Guel has grown up so much since he killed his father in season 1, he really has changed a lot. Like his whole perspective on the world has changed. But Shaddiq and his harem don't know that because they're not by his side, so they wouldn't know. So it's sad, you know? It's really sad. And you see that what I like is Guel's using his AI to the maximum to maim but not kill. See, Shaddiq, what I find interesting is that Shaddiq doesn't automatically kill Guel, which is kind of weird, because usually with this type of fights you would immediately kill, but maybe Shaddiq is inherently merciful during anything, because this is why Guel is able to finish Shaddiq off by also maiming. Like, in a way, they maim each other. Shaddiq loses all his limbs. And then Guel is able to escape. And he's caught by one of Shaddiq's harem members. And they also is it Shaddiq? No, it's sorry, correction. It's he was just with the cathedral group that was led by Kanandri, because they pretty much brought down Shaddiq and his group. I'll never forgive you. We're not going to let you die either. Maintain order, Benner group sacrifice fellow Spacians at the school. Some of the League won't act just because of Earthlian losses, but they'll finally get our butts off now. So in a way, it looks like Shaddiq is taking advantage of the situation somehow. And then you can see that his father is like, oh, you're such a dummy. Anyway, Norea is still fighting. We get back to this. She's trying to beat up Kanandri. And then you can see that Elon number 5 is trying to stop her. No different dead is real you. Don't know how to live. And like, yeah, in a way, he wants to be with her, right? Have they turned on each other? Come. And then you see here is where your real name. She loses. She doesn't focus for a second, then gets sniped. And then Elon is like, oh my god. Like, he literally just was able to get her to stand down, and then pretty much instant kill. You can see he goes crazy here. It's kind of like the similar situation in Unicorn, where Banaji, after I think after who dies, like after someone dies, he kind of goes berserk. Very, very much a Gundam move here. Because he controls the Gunvolvers a little bit just to give him time to escape. But yeah. See, Suletta's alive because of plot armor, but poor Petra. She's very much buried in the rubble. Pretty much guaranteed death here. It's a sad thing for Lauda, poor Lauda. He really is the most traumatized at the end of this episode. And a lot of people are traumatized in general. It's truly a tragic thing. We get Petra probably being dead. Norea definitely dead. Because she got vaporized and sniped. Two guaranteed pretty much losses. Then we have Sirius being apprehended by the Cathedra. Then we have what I find here is interesting is that Ellen number 5 escaped the school but kind of didn't get very far. So because it was like, I guess it's like the berserk where you're temporarily strong for a little bit and then you kind of pass out. So I guess that's what happened here. Also being apprehended by the Cathedra. And then poor Lauda is like, I don't know who this Camille Haysink is, but he's very much traumatized because you learn that his brother killed his father and that Petra's pretty much guaranteed dead. Pretty much. No guarantee completely, but very much either extremely harmed or dead. And then Norea is dead, yeah. It's kind of like, it's amazing, like the detail with the mechs here kind of feels like they're all mangled and broken and bashed. It truly feels like a grotesque kind of sight. Then you see the mass deaths of the students. And then you see here is where Chi-Chi's trying to help people out of the rubble, but all the students are underneath. It's truly sad. You see that it's not a dream, right? Norea wrecked the school. She didn't need to, by the way, but she was just so angry. Like, in a way, it's tragic that Norea died, but in a way, it was, like, what's the word? It was meant to be because she wouldn't have died anyway else. Even if she was given, like, in a way, even if she was able to be calmed down at the last minute by Elon, number 5, she was still sniped by the Kananji's group because it didn't change that she did so much mass destruction. Her acts and sins caught up to her in the end. It's sad. Then you see Suletta here is trying to bring people out of the rubble because she couldn't save Petra. So she feels obligated to save everyone else. I'm sorry, because in a way, she truly is feeling her powerlessness here. And she's trying to save people who are stuck under the rubble. She's trying to keep herself strong, because even if she's not facing them, you can tell that she's still crying. Maybe some who can still be saved. And then you can see they're all working together. And there you go, we get the end of the episode. Holy moly, so much going on. But I guess it truly is a Gundam episode. Lots of fighting, lots of death. Especially a lot of students. Petra is pretty much out of the picture. She's either dead or pretty much hospitalized. It's like one of the other. No guaranteed for her. But Norea is definitely dead. So. And then, what surprised me was Shaddiq and Guel. I thought that one of them would kill each other. And we knew Guel wouldn't kill Shaddiq, so I thought Shaddiq would kill him. But in a way, maybe they just respected each other too much to actually kill each other, which is kind of interesting. But I guess they're kind of still important, so they still have roles to play before the end. But yeah. Ooh, we'll probably get back to the other things now, but this is truly, I think, the major climax. I don't think we'll get another one, but we'll see. Next episode, then we get the next episode title. What we can do now. So pretty much this is the big aftermath episode. After all this fighting, after all the destruction and death and sadness, what in the end can they still do? Oh yeah, and also, sorry, I forgot as well, is that Shaddiq's plans are foiled because Cathedra got in and everything, so foiled his plans because of Guel and the Cathedra interfering, so yeah. But yeah, it's gonna be a intense last few episodes. We have 4 episodes left, and we will see how things play out in the end. But yeah, thank you so much. Hope you guys found that kind of interesting. Not really that many details to dissect this time around because it's mostly like a fighting episode. But regardless, it's still really good. And thank you so much, and we'll see each other next time.